Hello, you guys, and welcome to your live this morning. I want to make sure you can see me okay and that's bright enough. I am so excited to have you here. I realized in the email I accidentally said, we're going to be on YouTube, and then later in the email I said, we're going to be on Facebook for the live. So I posted in Facebook. Hopefully everyone gets the memo that we're here. Hello, everyone hopping in. You guys comment where you're from. Even if you did it yesterday, even if you did it the day before, we have new people on, new people joining. Comment where you are in the world. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to day 3 of the Fall Flirt Challenge. I'm so proud of you. And all of these steps make a huge difference. And you, by coming here, coming to this live, you're showing up for yourself. You're showing up for your love life. Chelsea is going to join us as well. And she is going to walk us through. Hello, Gigi in Lancaster. I used to live in Palmdale. That's right. Isn't that? It's right. It's near Lancaster, or is that in Lancaster? I'm not too sure. Chelsea's going to come on here and guide us through a calling him in guided meditation. And the reason that guided meditations are so powerful is because we've done the writing, right? You've done a lot of the mind work, and also your heart comes through in that. And in a guided meditation, it naturally brings you into a brain and heart coherence. So you're sending the signal out, you're entering the timeline, you're in the 5D, right? You're playing in other dimensions, and you're sending signals to the invisible field that you are ready for him to come into your life. Now here is our Chelsea. Hi, honey.
Hi, babe.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody.
You look so fall and cozy.
I feel fall and cozy. Thank you.
Emily's on here. She says, so happy to be here. Everyone else, thank you so much, Emily. We're happy to have you here. And we're happy to have Gigi here. Comment in the box where you are in the world. We want to know. And welcome to day 3 of your challenge. If you're on the replay, if you're watching this on the replay, welcome to day 3. We're acknowledging you and honoring you for giving yourself this generous present moment to allow your heart and mind to be guided into the journey, into this space where your man exists and where you are so in love with him and he's so in love with you, and you're just in an incredible partnership. So Chelsea's going to guide us through that. And we also have a very special announcement as well that we will give to you guys afterwards. Yeah, afterwards. We'll give you guys afterwards. We're really excited. And afterwards, we'll also announce the challenge winner of yesterday. And if you're curious how to win the challenge, go inside the Facebook group. You post that you completed the exercise of the day, and then you enter to win the challenge. You need to do it every single day. Maria's on here. Palmdale's near Lancaster. Yeah, you're right. Maria says she's from Massachusetts. Hi, beautiful. We're so happy to have you here. And I was just telling them, Chelsea, the power of a guided meditation and why it's so important. And I know for a long time in my life, I would actually put that piece off because it meant slowing down, and it meant actually trusting in the divine. It meant actually that, wow, like this actually works and it feels good. Like, whoa.
There's so much power in that statement.
Right?
Yeah. Speaking. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to tell them the second piece of today's challenge, but is there anything you want to say about that first?
Oh, I think kind of following the theme of the challenge so far of like speaking into how we resist what we say we want so desperately, like we resist it. And that's one of the ways that it can manifest, is like not doing the thing that's actually going to be the most impactful with our desires, like, and finding excuses not to do it. And just, I think it's great just to speak into that and acknowledge the fear and the resistance that I think everyone here can relate to.
Yeah.
That comes up sometimes, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you can relate to what Chelsea just said, give us a 2 in the box. And Marcia, I hope I said your name right. She's here from Atlanta. Welcome, girl. We're so happy to have you here. Yeah. We're so happy to have you here. And okay, so the second part of the challenge is you're going to journal on this. What opens up for me when I trust that there is a great man out there who wants to be with me, can you just let that sit with you? Who wants to be with me, and he will discover me solely from me being my authentic self and flirting, online or offline or both, and graciously receiving dates. It is that simple. So what opens up for me? So the reason this is such a powerful question is because when we start any question with what opens up for me, it takes our brain and our heart to a space that we don't always go and look. So it's like, whoa, what opens up for me? And we start to feel into that expansive space. And then we anchor into the value, we anchor into the vision, and it will continue to support you to be in your authenticity and to remember how simple it is, and to remember to flirt, and to remember to be open and to graciously receive.
Love that.
Yes. So that's the second part of the challenge. And Mayra, I hope I said your name right. I feel like I'm always saying, I hope I said your name right. Welcome, beautiful, from London. We're so happy to have you. Sophie is here from England. Wow.
So cool, from all over the world. I love it.
I know. I love that so much. It's so special. It's like the beauty of the internet. So Chelsea's going to take us through your calling him in guided meditation. And then we're going to give you a really special announcement and answer any questions and support you in calling in your man. Each step matters. Each step is a victory. This is a very important step. So we're really happy that you're here and that you're going to go through this. And everyone on the replay, we love you. Good job for creating the time to give this to yourself. Like, literally feel that celebration and acknowledge yourself for showing up to this, and everyone here as well. So we love you. You guys are sisters to us, and we're so proud of you.
Love it. Yes, we are. You ready for me?
Yeah. Please, beautiful.
I'm so excited. I love this stuff. And I'm going to do my best to speak loud, because once this gets going, I start to get like really, really soft.
Yeah. I know. Yesterday I was like,
yeah, you watched the video.
Everyone's eyes were closed. I like opened. I go, Chelsea. I didn't want to say it and like interrupt the meditation.
I know. So I'm going to try really hard to project, but can you guys hear me okay if I talk like this?
I have this too.
Oh, beautiful. I don't have a candle.
It has tachyon in it.
Don't know what that is.
Tachyon. We'll talk about it another time.
Can you guys hear me if I talk like this?
Maybe a little louder.
Okay. I just had to test that out real quick.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Everybody close your eyes. And just start to find a comfortable position. Start to like get the wiggles out. Do any kind of movement you need to just get yourself into a space of stillness. And just allow your breath to just breathe naturally for a moment, and closing your eyes. Lean into your center. And let's take a collective inhale through your nose. And let out a sigh through your mouth. And do that again. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth with a sigh. One more time. Inhale deep through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And just setting the intention to put that, logical, linear mind aside for the rest of this meditation, and calling forth that brave part of you that wants to dream and wants to believe. We're just gonna call that part of you forth now, pulling on your heartstrings. So just imagine the energy of your heart being like leading this meditation. So no longer occupying your head space, but now occupying your heart space. And just notice any colors that come forward for you when you start to occupy your heart space. I'm seeing just a candle, right? Like a candle like Rebecca's candle, and just a golden yellow light surrounded by hot pink and red and maroon. That's a visual I'm getting. So just allow yourself to drift into that kind of creative, imaginative part of you and feel what your heart space feels like right now. When it has permission to take up space and it has permission to lead. So you might even start to feel your shoulders kind of pulling back and your heart opening and your heart kind of drawing forward. And so just inspiring that, inviting that little stretch to your heart center now as you sit here and prepare for the meditation. Taking a deep breath into your chest now. Imagine your heart just expanding on the inhale. And on the exhale, just releasing anything and everything that gets to go right now. You can do that a couple more times at your own pace. Now, I want you to imagine the holiest, most pure, sacred, divine love relationship. Imagine what it feels like to be in that kind of container with a beautiful, empowered, divine man. And just allow any sensations and feelings and visuals just to come through without trying to control. Just allow and receive. What does it feel like to be in a divine love container with a masculine man, calling on the energy of true love, allowing your heart to respond to that. Imagine what it feels like in your heart to have true love, to have this man be an unwavering, committed, devoted partner to you, giving you unconditional love. No matter what you're going through, no matter which side of you you're showing him, imagine this masculine presence that's just unmoving. And imagine just receiving his adoration of you and his love for you. Imagine having met your match. Where he fully meets your silly side, your soft side, your wild side, ambitious side. Where he loves your strengths and your talents and your beauty, and he also loves your rawness, your imperfections, your mistakes or your wounds that you're still maybe working through. And just imagine feeling his arms around you and that pure, unconditional love that you receive from him. And imagine feeling the same exact way about him. Loving him unconditionally, finding every single thing about him amazing and adorable and sexy. And making sure to keep breathing long and deep. Just shattering any heart walls that want to come off and break off right now as you open up to this level of quality love, true love, divine love, sacred partnership with this dream man. And now I want you to imagine your life together. Imagine waking up next to him every morning, going to bed next to him every night. Imagine sharing meals together, cooking together. Imagine your shared community, your friends, your family, spending time together with them. And just notice the emotions that come up for you. Notice how this feels in your heart. Imagine going on dates with him, those dream dates. Imagine traveling together and doing all the things that you would love to do with your partner. Adventure, spending time outside together. And most of all, just imagine what it feels like to have this unwavering stability and security, where you can be free and you can express yourself fully, pursue all the things you want to pursue, and be perfectly imperfect. And yet he is there. He's always there. With the ups and downs of life, with whatever comes up for you. And I want you to imagine leaning against like the oldest, tallest, biggest tree in the world. And just feel what that feels like to have your back against that tree. That support, just feeling that kind of support and cradling of you, all parts of you. And placing your hands over your heart and just internally saying a prayer, making a wish to the universe. I'm ready for this. Guide me, show me the way. Help me listen more deeply to those inner nudges, to my intuition. Help me stay open. Help me soften, help me surrender to this divine love, to this empowered, divine masculine man that I'm meant to be with. Help me trust. Thank you. And let's all take a deep breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And doing that however many times feels good to you. You can just release your hands whenever you're ready. Just take all the time you need as you release that visualization. Know that this man exists, this relationship exists. As we come out of this meditation, you're not leaving this space. This space is who you are. This space is your truth, and I invite you to come back into this space every day if that feels good to you, and be with him on that energetic plane. And so whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back. Oh, you muted yourself.
You did it in case Jonah barked.
Oh, good.
I was like, now I'm going to assume everyone's eyes are open because we can't see your eyes.
Yeah.
Wow, babe, that was beautiful.
I've never done meditation quite like that before. Thank you. I love that too.
Yeah, to feel him and to feel his presence. And I'm so curious with everyone. Please share in the comment box how that felt for you. I liked the tree.
Me too. That came to me this morning as I was like, okay, what needs to come through? And I'm like, okay, how can they feel in their bodies what it feels like to be with that true love, masculine man? To me, that's what it feels like in my relationship.
Wow. Like with you and Greg.
Mon Craig.
Every time I try to do that, it sounds like Craig or Craig. So I Craig, so I always mess it up.
You're actually really good at it. It's super cute.
Oh, I've been practicing for years.
Craig's French, in case you guys are like, what the hell are they talking
about? Maria said, I love that I couldn't stop smiling. She said, I felt my heart expanding. I love to feel this energy. So do you want to share, Chelsea, like the power of feeling the energy, like what everyone just did and why it's so powerful?
Yeah. So you are a magnet, period. Like at all times, no matter what you're going through, like we are magnetic, especially as feminine essence beings, we have like added magnetism. So what we're doing in a meditation like that is we're becoming conscious of our magnetism, or we're steering our magnetism in the direction that we want it to go. When you take the time to really ground into embodying the energy of what it is you want to call in, you're harnessing that magnetic power and you're speeding up the timeline, right? In many ways. So you're magnetizing all the time. And so why not go feel as good as possible and then get more of that, right? So it really is just like the basic kind of law of attraction principle that what you're feeling and what you're available for, what you're open for is what you're going to get. And so it's one of the most productive things you could possibly do is I would recommend spending even 5 minutes. Like it's not about time, right? This is beyond time and like the linear logical. If you can just have this be a part of your daily practice, either first thing in the morning, I love to do this with whatever I'm manifesting, or at night, like whatever you can commit to, doing this on a daily basis, because then what happens is you've anchored yourself into the vibration of what you want. Now what's going to happen the rest of that 24 hours, right, is you're going to start like being able to hear your intuition more clearly. The universe is like, oh, thank you for helping me help. Oh no, can you hear me?
There you go.
The universe is like, thank you for letting me help you, because the universe can't give us those cues and like guide us as easily unless we put ourselves in the frequency of what we want. That's something we have to do for ourselves. Mm-hmm. That's like an our job step in manifestation. So you put yourself into the frequency of what you want. You tune yourself to the radio station you want to be receiving back. That's what we just did, like so viscerally. And that's why it's so important too, to evoke the emotions and the feeling and like go as deep into that imaginative state as possible, because that's equivalent to how powerful it's going to work for you, right? So like let yourself be taken with it. Listen to this every day if you need to. Like this is recorded, and obviously there's many, many more that you can find, but when you tune yourself to that, now it's like you're going to be able to receive messages from the divine, from source, that are on that same wavelength and frequency. And then that's your job as well, to like follow the guidance that you receive, right? Follow the good feeling, follow the right vibration. Yeah, so it's like a call and response, but you have to do the call first, you know? Like you have to put yourself in the energy, and then that's how we hear these stories of people like manifesting things really quickly, is because it will happen quickly if you're available and open for it, because then the universe is like, yay, like I can take what she just created and give her all the momentum and like push her forward. But we kind of have to do that first step and help ourselves first.
Yeah. It's like we're opening up to it. It was how I really am as you're sharing, like we're opening up to it. And I have this on my sticky note. I feel like you would love this, Chelsea, and everyone listening. I have this on my mirror. It says, your heart creates a magnetic field that goes beyond time and space. And just remembering that, because if you think about it, if we truly knew that this was the work that needed, like it's the state of being that which the guided meditation gets you into the beingness, is what then creates the experience and the reality. You would not miss one single day, one single morning, one single night to do what Chelsea just took us through, right? Like if you truly trusted that. So that's so powerful. And I always remind, like, okay, like when I want to get into the habit of like, we'll go and do, and I like, will be like, whoa, like I catch it. So I share that. Because
I just caught myself this morning with the same thing, but with business stuff. Like it's so easy to forget because the world's not the majority of the world is not living like this yet.
Yeah, and that will change. I think our grandkids will live this way and it'll be more normal and we're on the leading edge of it. So and you start to see like the synchronicities and the things happen. And then you're like, oh my gosh, like, and then it builds more evidence of like, this is the work that makes all the difference in the world. And so as Chelsea was bringing you guys through that and you feeling into his essence and you feeling what it's like being with him, you're becoming that woman, you're being that woman who's available for that. And if any of you had any difficult, there was one point where Chelsea said something and my mind went, oh, that's too good to be true. And I go, whoa. And I just noticed it. So I know no one mentioned that, but I'm sure someone can relate to that. And then, so it's about just noticing that and then tuning back into the, like, what would that feel like? Right. And if you have a hard time thinking, what would that feel like? Then centering into gratitude, right? And seeing evidence of it as well. So thank you so much, Chelsea. That was so beautiful. Everyone's loving it.
Thank you guys for being open and being willing to go there. I'm loving these comments. Yeah, my heart feels like so big that it hurts, you know, like my heart, even though like I was just guiding it, like I think what you guys are feeling too. And it's so cool.
Yeah.
Just like made it up. Like that was like, nothing's changed in the physical, in our, like, you're still in the same room, you're still looking at the same stuff, but at the same time, everything has changed, right?
Yeah.
Feel it in our bodies that you've changed. So your life is going to change, you know?
Yes. And Maria says, I've been doing an attracting love meditation every morning for a few weeks now, and I've sure felt more connected and more synchronous showing up in my life. It's yes. Oh my gosh. It's so true. It's so true. I'll share a story with you guys. I've been doing these practices specifically for a while now. And then I got this random, and I say the same thing in my head over and over and over again. And I got this random nudge that was like, go sit in your truck and do it. And I'm like, that's weird. So I went and sat in my truck and I was sitting there and I looked, and right in front of me in my recycling bin, upside down, was the exact words I've been saying in my head for the past month. I started laughing. I was like, thank you, you spirit. Like, this is hilarious, you know? And I'm like, we're always being supported and reminded of how random. Go sit in your truck. I was at my house.
Like, and you listened, right? And that's the kind of the follow-up is like, when you throw yourself into this frequency, you have to, the way that you stay there is by listening to those hits of inspiration and not analyzing it and blocking it with your logical mind, but instead being like, doesn't make sense, but I heard the call, I'm going to do it. Like, that's the next step to this.
Yeah.
Is that's what, going back to what we talked about yesterday, what do you have control over and what do you not have control over? This is the stuff you have control over or command over.
Wow.
And that's going to be helpful to when you have to surrender, like the who, the how, the when, all those things, knowing what you do have control over and like really focusing on how good it feels to be in control of something. Yeah. Help you stay unattached during the dating process and all that. So
yeah. I love that. And to enjoy it. So that's great that you mentioned dating. So like how this all relates to dating, right? Is like you're going to, even if you're on a date and within the first 10 minutes, you're like, this isn't my guy. But you, instead of your energy dropping and you feeling depleted and discouraged, you're gonna be like, oh, like, look at this fascinating human in front of me. Like, I'm interested in him. Like, I'm curious and he's curious about me. Like, this is going to be enjoyable. Like, dating only feels draining when we're like operating from that old self, or the woman who doesn't believe she can actually have what she wants. Say you get a man ghost, like, you're not going to be like, if you plummet and you stay there, like, you're still in that limiting belief space, right? You're like, okay, well, he's clearly not for me. Like, next, like, you're going to be operating in this beautiful wave of like flowy, like, invitation. So, and I love that Chelsea mentioned that, like, this is what you have control over, is who you be, how you think, and how you feel. So it's so powerful to continuously come back to, because that's how your man is going to find you, is you being in that open, energetic space. And it's crazy because there's potential possibilities orbiting and around you at all times. It's now you're tuning to be open to him, to be attracted to him, and for him to be attracted to you. So Thank you so much for taking us to that, babe. And before we go into the announcements, or do you guys have any questions to please ask? And then we have 2 really special announcements as well. So will you guys have any questions? We'll do the announcements. And then if you have any questions, ask them. And then we'll support you. Is there anything I'm missing, Chels? Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm going to announce one very special thing, and then we'll announce the special winner of yesterday's challenge, which they won, Chelsea, your course.
Yes, I have a workshop, a feminine embodiment workshop that you guys, or that person's going to love, whoever won.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. And it was a $300 value they're getting for free. Yes. So, okay, we'll announce that. And then we're also first want to announce that, you know how Chelsea and I have been obsessed and cheering you guys on to join the Brave Live experience that's coming up in Austin in December. And just to tie in everything that we just talked about, and then also this in-person experience, is when you guys come in and you do the out in the world challenges, and there's so many powerful things that you're going to be doing, but it's also another opportunity to you're literally going to be stepping into that woman who is free, who is confident, who is magnetic, who doesn't fear of rejection is not running her life, right? You're just like, and you're open and you're trusting and you're excited and you just can't not leave the event feeling that way. Like, that is my promise to you. You can't not leave feeling on fire and in your heart, and with new best friends who will have your back and who you got to know over the weekend and who you laughed with, you cried with, danced with. Like, you are going to identify anything that you haven't been seeing that's been standing in your way of genuine joy and genuine connection. Hi, Courtney. We have people hopping on. And so, and it's in person, and it's with Chelsea and I. And is there anything, so we have a special announcement about that I'm really excited to give to you guys. It's specifically only for the women who are in this challenge. So this is special to you guys. Before I announce that, Chelsea, is there anything specific you want to say about the Brave Live experience?
Yes, you can get to where you want to go. Like, you can attract the kind of relationship you want on your own, but coming to an experience like this expedites it.
Yeah.
So it's like getting years of therapy done.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I just cut out. In like 4 days or 3 days, it's just going to amplify and speed up the process, because yeah, it's like, this is it's a accelerator.
Yeah.
It's like an intense few days of magic and power. And I love that you said, like, so we're telling you, do this meditation every day. Well, this is like that on like steroids, in terms of you will leave the weekend fully open and being able to be that woman who has what she wants and can put herself out there. So all the blocks coming up for you in your dating process, like even this question from SF, how do you stay in the letting go while holding on to the vision so strongly? Like, coming to the event, you're going to tap into that faith and that trust like you never have before. Yeah. And going to get to practice what it feels like to have that nuance of like, how do I commit to the desire, but also let go? Like, we're going to support you and hold you through that. And there's nothing like being seen and supported by coaches and sisters all at once. So it's just, if you're really, really committed to this desire and you're like, okay, I'm ready to have my man, like within this next 12 months or 3 months or whatever, like, this is the place to be. If you're really, really committed to that, like, there's no way you're not going to leave transformed. There's no way. So
I have chills. Like, you guys, okay, so I'm so excited to give a special announcement for you that's special for you guys for doing the Fall Flirt Challenge, because you're so committed. And know that after this, when people got their ticket, we had more than one woman attract their partner prior to coming to the event, because it took them shifting into saying, I'm freaking committed and I'm ready. Once they got their ticket, that was their first breakthrough. We had more, like over 4 women leave their jobs because they were like, whoa, they realized how out of alignment their life was and how with their coworkers or situations, they became a woman who was like, I'm like not put like, this is not me, right? This is not the authentic me. That's why they were feeling drained and uninspired. We had other women like literally right after the event attract amazing men. And it was just it's so cool to see when we show up for ourselves. And the event, it's so funny. I always say, I'm like, the event is so beyond us. Like the experience is so beyond us that it's literally, I always say this is God's business. Like this has nothing to do with honestly Chelsea or I, or it's just like, yes, we're there to guide you and support you, but there's a magical element that happens when you guys get in a room together and we're holding the container, right? Where we're creating, I can't say container because one of my best friends always says, it sounds like a Tupperware when you say container. A Tupperware. I'm like, I was never visualizing that until now. For you guys to move through stuff, right? Move through stuff and you're going to shake, you're going to dance, you're going to go out into the world and you're going to become magnetic to your desires and feel free and own your voice and soften and whatever that is for you. Everyone's so excited. So be free. Everyone's so excited. Okay. So okay, you guys ready? Chelsea and I are giving you half off the ticket price, 50% off the ticket price. I was like, we have to give them something so special. They're already so committed. They're showing up. They're doing the challenge work. So we wanted to give you half off. And on top of that, you get to bring a friend for free. What? I know.
Yes,
yeah. I was like, how can we make it so special for them where they feel so loved and like taken care of? So it's called, the code for that is Flirt Challenge. This is specific to you ladies because I know you have that's your code. You've been showing up and you're ready. So you get half off. It expires Friday, right? And the reason that we do that is to create like a fire under your booty, right? Because I know for me, I've needed it so many times where I've made big decisions in my life that have been life-changing and have shifted and opened me up into a timeline that was for the better. It was like the best thing for me. So we're really excited for you. It's only half price now for you until Friday. And if you are ready to, drop the armor, like remove any barriers to love, there's going to be so many opportunities for you in this in-person experience to remove barriers to love. And yes. It's the reason I do this work. Like when I see you guys doing the out in the world challenges or just opening your hearts in new ways or owning your voice in new ways, I think about, what if our whole world did this? Like, what if our whole world did this work? Like everything would be different, right? What's always happening on a macro is happening on a micro. So it starts with me, it starts with Chelsea, it starts with you. And there's so much beauty that's going to come through in this experience for you. And there's not one person there's not one person who's exempt from this. And every single person listening to this, yes, you, not someone else, you, all of you. So everyone listening to this, we would love to support you in person. I promise you're going to be so proud of yourself. Aw, you're going to be, yes, you're going to be so proud of yourself.
I want to speak into that after.
Yeah. Maria says, I've been so nervous about going, but I think the nerves mean even more that I should go. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Chelsea, you want to go ahead and speak into that?
Yes. So I remember with the last event on the last day.
Sorry.
That's fine. Some of the women that we got to watch blossom. I mean, everyone blossomed, but I got to talk to a few women that I couldn't believe what they told me. They were like, I almost didn't come. And I was like, no way. They're like, I know. They were like, at the last minute, I almost pulled out, or I almost didn't buy my ticket, and all these things. And I just found that so interesting. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to share this with the other women the next event, because I've had this happen to me so many times, because I always am seeking transformation and putting myself at my edge. And so is Rebecca, right? A lot of you here probably too. The bigger the breakthrough and the transformation, the bigger the death of the ego that's about to happen, the bigger your resistance is going to be. You're going to find every excuse in the book not to do it. And you might be like, oh, oh, this doesn't feel right. You know, like in the spiritual world, especially, we do this sneaky thing where when we feel bad, we can be like, oh, that's my intuition saying, no, I probably shouldn't go. And so I think just recognizing there's a big difference between like, oh, I'm feeling aligned no versus like, I'm feeling called and therefore scared shitless. And now I feel nauseous. I have a headache. I have like, our bodies will have so many things come up when we're resistant. And that's a good sign that yes, this is what you're supposed to do. So listen to that still small voice that's pulling you, or listen to your heart and accept that this resistance might be a part of your experience, but it will go away as you like step forward. It will go away after you rip off the Band-Aid and decide to come, right? And then you'll feel that immense expansion of like, I've decided that I want this relationship, and then I'm open and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Like, that's why people started attracting these amazing partnerships the moment they bought their ticket. So we're holding you like from afar, we're holding you energetically through that process that you guys are all going to be going through the next day or two before you like get this, you know, while you get this promo code, right? We're holding you. You're not alone. Like, you get to call on that fire and strength inside of you, and that devotion that we felt in the meditation, that devotion you felt for the man and that you felt back from him. That devotion inside of you is what's going to help you push through that fear and take that step forward in coming to the event. I promise you, there's no reality where you're going to regret this.
True.
There's no reality. Like, not only are you going to walk away like a transformed woman who is that much closer to the relationship she wants, but you're going to have so much fun and experience love between sisters and women more than you ever have as well. And it's just, it's the best. It's absolutely the best. So we're so excited to support you.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that you mentioned that, Chelsea, the resistance and the fears and things that can come up when we're saying yes to something big. And as you're talking, I'm like tuning into like the last event and the experience. And I feel like the whole time Chelsea and I were like this.
Yeah, and like this. Crying.
Like, how can it be any more amazing? Like, what, like the aha moments, like, and the experiences. And that's what happens when you get together with a group, is someone else's like breakthrough or breakdown or like moment will literally inspire something in you, and you'll learn something about you that's been hiding and lurking in the shadow for your whole life. Yes. And you pull it out and you're like, whoa. And then it's like this whole new world opens up. And I'm just seeing them at one point, you guys, like, we were all, after they did the Out in the World challenges, everyone started dancing in the rain. Like, we're all like, I know, it was like, there's literally, I kept thinking, like, there's no place else I'd rather be right now. And there's nothing else I want to do in this world than put these on, because I have the chills, because the lightness and the freedom that these women felt after they showed up for themselves, because this is about you. Like, this is for you. And this is for your love life. This is also for your kids and your grandkids. And like, I think about that when we do this work. I'm like, wow, like, this isn't just for me. Like, this is for the lifetime behind me and in front of me, you know? So, we have some and you guys have any questions, please ask. She said, do we spend 24/7 together for the time? That sounds amazing. So we are together. You'll stay in your own place, or a lot of people get rooms with other Brave Sisters and Airbnbs or hotels. And then you're with us. You're with Chelsea and I for most of the event. So you'll come in Thursday night. Oh, I'm loving this. Yes. And as you guys get your tickets, share with us inside the Facebook group. We want to celebrate you, because we know that that's usually the first breakthrough, is when you're like, okay, I'm coming. And then you get to surprise your friend with the ticket. So celebrate.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like about to burst with excitement. Like, I just can't. I love what Maria is saying. Yes.
Oh, I love this. Lucy's on here. She's a beautiful heart. Thank you. So, also, there was one other thing I wanted. Oh, I was just thinking about the freedom and the confidence and the magnetism and the trust and the openness that's what, like, imagine experiencing that. Like, you can't not leave the event feeling that way.
Right.
And being able to anchor into that and anchor into that woman who is a match for the dream life in her relationship, right? In her romantic life, in your work life, like in all, it will naturally impact every area of your life, because your being is what influences that. And that's where Chelsea and I are working with you on, because we understand that when we work with that, it impacts on a deep level, and it just can't help but impact every aspect of your life. Mm-hmm. So we're obsessed with this work because we understand the power of it. And it's one of the greatest gifts I feel we can give and allow you guys to receive, because we know that it's not just one weekend. It's a weekend that will impact your life.
Forever.
Forever.
To add something to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you say this on the page or if you've said this before, but there were a few women who came who were in either new relationships or long-term relationships. And so, you know, it's not only for single women. Yeah. And it was so cool. Like I connected one-on-one with each of those women and got to hear how the event was like they were getting instant feedback from their partners throughout the weekend of what they were transforming. So like without even going into depth with their partner about like, I realized this and oh, I acknowledge this. Like they, without even saying all the stuff that they took away from the event and like what they're working through. Like one of the women got this like beautiful gift from her man right when she got home and was like, this hasn't happened in like eons. Like, and so it's just, wherever you're at on that spectrum, you're going to get closer to the vision that you have for that ideal relationship. So if you're in a relationship, new or old, like, and you're feeling the call, listen to that as well, because it's only going to strengthen and grow that relationship that you're in, you know? So I just felt called to say that. I don't know if you've mentioned that, but.
No, I didn't mention that. I think that's beautiful. So, yeah. And it reminds me of how there's the invisible field that's responding to our heart and how we're showing up and who we're being, how we're thinking, how we're feeling. Like, it's like when we truly believe that, we understand that the number one focus gets to be our beingness. And that's what this event is all centered around. You becoming that woman who is a match for that beautiful partnership, a harmonious partnership where you feel safe, you feel loved, you feel adored.
And the masculine energy follows our feminine magnetism. So that's part of it. So like if you're single, like you're going to start getting that feedback from men of like, whoa, you know, like, oh my gosh, like this is a queen that just entered the room. But also if you're in a relationship, like that's how that happened for these women, is they might not, it's a subconscious thing often too, that they just like feel the shift in the woman and then they start mirroring her shift. Like it's just how it works. So, oh my God, so excited.
So we're so happy to give this to you guys, because it's only for the women who are in the Flirt Challenge, only for you guys. So this is us also. We want to, you know, empower you and empower you, and also just to acknowledge and honor the work that you are doing. And we want to continue to support you. So I am Chelsea is so honored to give you that half off of a ticket price, along with allowing you to bring a bestie so you can surprise a best friend with us. Literally, I have a screenshot. I should have posted it, but one of the girls brought her best friend, Edith, and Edith was she was someone who came to the event with her friend, because her friend, when we did this before, we offered to our committed ladies who did Brave Sister Circles. It was like a 9-week program. We gave them half off tickets as well. And she brought her friend. And after the event, she said, Edith kept saying to me, this isn't a message. She kept saying to me, thank you so much. Like she would not stop. I know it makes me so emotional. She would not stop thanking her friend for bringing her to an experience like this. And what a beautiful gift that you guys also now get to give someone that you love, because they're just going to come into their hearts more. They're going to shed any doubts, any insecurities like that all of us have that have been impacting their lives, and just feel that freedom and feel that voice and feel that intimacy and that connection that everyone so naturally craves. So we're also so excited to give you that portion as well, where you get to bring a friend for free, because it's going to change their life as well. And they're going to be so grateful. So it's such a gift, and we're so proud of you guys. And I look forward to meeting you guys in person. So you go to the braveliveexperience.com, and then when you click the checkout, then if any of you guys do it right now too, you can celebrate us. You can celebrate and post in the comments that you just got your ticket. You do you type in the code Flirt Challenge on the checkout page. It will give you half off your ticket. And then I'll know, my team will know anyone with a Flirt Challenge ticket gets to bring a friend for free. So that will be in there. And then you get to surprise your friend, and you get to come to Austin, Texas, and be in this beautiful space with Chelsea and I while we do this powerful work that does make a huge difference, and it's going to support you in manifesting that beautiful, amazing, or I should say handsome partner that you desire.
Love it. I heard the phrase, let us love you, go through my mind. It's so true. Like, come and let us love you. Like, much love to give. And in person in this space is like the love bomb experience from Rebecca and I. Like, we're able to give 110% of the magic she and I both came here to give. And it's such a gift. I'm so proud of you all as well for doing this challenge. This challenge is no joke. It's a good like preview too to how you get to be stretched at the event, and the freedom on the other side is priceless.
Yeah.
We're so excited. Yeah. Truly. There's no price tag you can put on it. Nothing is more valuable than that freedom and the love that you get to create from it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think about that. Like, when we can invest in certain things, it's like great. And here and there, it's like wonderful. And then I think every time I've invested in my personal growth and like how my psyche and like how I see the world and who I be, like it's by far the most valuable thing ever, and grants me whatever it is that I'm desiring or wanting. Divine is opening up to me. Yes, God. So get your tickets. We're here to support you. Fan your flames, to celebrate you. Post in the Facebook group when you do, and we will celebrate you. The code expires on Friday. So it's Wednesday, or today's Tuesday. So
oh gosh, I thought it was Wednesday.
I know. Tuesday. So it expires soon. So allow yourself to get it and then celebrate that. That's a big deal, right? So to celebrate it, to know we're going to be making a huge difference in person. So you're open to receiving and giving deep love, to being the magnetic, confident woman in the world that you desire to be. She lives inside every single one of you, and we are going to unlock her, and we are going to set her loose. Okay.
Watch out, world.
It lights me up. Chelsea knows I get so passionate about the out in the world challenges.
It honestly, just to get to witness that was just the coolest thing ever, to witness and support what happened that weekend, because the whole weekend builds up to that, which is just that's
so we guide you.
Like one of the amazing things that happens is the out in the world challenges, and that alone is its own magical vortex. Like
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Chelsea's right. Maria just got it! Yay!
Maria, I can't wait
celebrating you, babe. Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell us, Maria, comment in there. What is it that you want to like create at the event? Like, what is it that you want to experience? Like, what do you want to step into? Like, what do you want to leave this event like being like, holy crap, like this is like truth. This is black and white. I am this. What is that for you? Oh, Chelsea cut out and she's doing the duck face. There you are. What is that for you? Congratulations, babe. Where are you flying in from, by the way? Where are you in the world? At our last, we had people fly. It's at our last event we did in Sedona. We had people fly in from all over the world, and Sedona was not an easy place to get to. There's no airport that's in Sedona, so everyone had to drive 2 hours. Now here in Austin, there's a direct airport, so you can fly directly into Austin. Bianca said I cried out in thankfulness. Hi, honey. We're encouraging you to get a ticket, Bianca. Everyone on here, we're so encouraging you. We're celebrating you. It's going to be so amazing. Okay, wait, I love this. Maria first said, I've been nervous, so I think that means I should go. And then she talked herself through, and then she got her ticket. Okay, this is so cool. And then she says, I want to feel more alive and confident in myself. I think the Out in the World challenges will push all my boundaries, which I'm really looking forward to. I promise you, they will. And you will. You're literally going to move through those blocks. You're going to move through those things that used to hold you back, and you are going to feel like this new aliveness, and literally you're going to see the world differently. That's what I find is so powerful, is you're going to see the world differently. And Chelsea and I at the event will also share our first experience with challenges, which she's like, not yet, Rebecca. We were together. And we had so much coming up.
It's so cute to think that like in that moment, we never would have known that we'd be doing this together. Like, what are the like the fact that Rebecca and I met each other in a container, like where we got to do those challenges together, and now we're facilitating, is really freaking awesome.
I know.
So anyways, we've done it. Like, we feel your pain.
Yeah.
We know the freedom, and we feel the freedom too on the other side.
Oh yeah. That's what makes it all worth it, because when you have the realization, and I went from when I did a challenge experience and other deep work, what you're going to be doing at the event. At the time, I was running a program. I built a program that was making like only $5,000 a month, and I was at a company, right? I wasn't an entrepreneur yet, and then I go, you know what? I'm going to grow this program to $30,000 a month, and then leave and start my own business. And that's exactly what I did. Within 2 months, you guys, I grew it to $30,000 a month, 2 to 3 months, not more than 3. And I left. I was like, okay, like, because you guys, because I could see things more clearly. I was like, wow, I could see all my blocks that were keeping me small and keeping me at only $5,000 a month in this program I was building out. And then I was like, wait, like when I did my Out in the World challenges, and I did the heart work, and I just really did the shadow work and dove in and moved through, it was like all of a sudden it was like everything was so simple, and I was able to see where I needed to tweak and do certain things so it also impacted my abundance, my relationship with money, because I was able to see possibility where I couldn't before, because I became a new woman in a new timeline and a new frequency. Right? Which is what's going to happen at this event. As you guys show up, Maria, we're so freaking proud of you. You are going to feel alive, and you are going to feel confident, and we're going to push those layers that would hold you back and have you stay small in business or in your work or in your relationships. And it's going to blossom you into this whole new reality.
Yes. Yeah. That's one of my favorite. There's so many like surprise bonuses to this work. And one of them that I love is that when you get this transformation, it shifts every area of your life. You can't have it in just one area, because it's like when you know, you can't unknow.
Yeah.
So I think just be expecting that there's going to be like so many surprise shifts, like even outside of all the magic that's going to happen in your love life. Just like even how you feel in your body and like how you show up in the world. It's just everything changes from this place. So I'm so excited to see all those surprises with you guys of like what opens up for you.
Yeah.
Beyond the magic in your love life that you're going to create.
Absolutely. And we're going to celebrate you. Okay. So she says, I'm going to join you to double check my kids and childcare. Girl. Okay. Wait. Yes. We would love to have you. Absolutely. Everyone listening, we would love to have you. SF. I would love to know. I mean, assuming those are your initials. Yeah. And we had women who, some of them had never traveled. Some of them, Sarah, some of them had never traveled. And they had she had 3 kids, never traveled, or 2 kids, never traveled. And it was her first time. And so she had to find childcare and all of that as well. So if you want to speak into Chelsea, that and supporting women and getting, go ahead.
Yeah. So that fire of devotion that I was just talking about is that same, usually, like, I think something that we often do is like, okay, let me make sure all my ducks are in a row before I step forward and like take action. But really often how we solve problems and like, solve problems that we feel are like, unsolvable kind of is by deciding first that like this is happening for me and I can do this, and like declaring the outcome that we want is what it's the same thing that we did with the meditation. Put yourself into the frequency of having what you want. That's when the doors start to open.
Yeah.
So you can access that through your commitment and through your decision. Yeah. And so by not needing to know how, But what you're doing is you're putting your full faith behind the outcome that you want. And that's the only way that you're going to find out how, right, to have all those logistics fall into place, right? But this is part of the challenge. It's like getting your ticket and solving these issues is like, or figuring out all these logistics is the beginning, right? Like that's your first initiation.
Yeah.
In many ways, is like having that trust and that faith that you're supported, that this is supported, that your vision is supported, and that you can source anything. You can source anything when you open up to it and you believe and you have that faith and that commitment. And so, yeah, I was using your example, but kind of applying it to other people that feel like they might have obstacles blocking them from coming to the event. Yeah. So those obstacles get cleared with your commitment and your devotion and your faith.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I for help too. Your edge might be like, that's what I mean by this being kind of your first out in the world challenge. You might have to use your voice and ask for help in ways that you don't normally, right?
Yeah.
So putting yourself first. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think about how every time I've had a huge transformation or something amazing in my life, right, and it's took another version of me to do it. I always realize I'm like, wow, there's one thing to. It's these are two different energies. One energy is, can I do it? Is completely different than I'm doing it and how can I do it?
Yes.
Right? One is, okay, I'm all in. Like, I gotta, there's all these things I have to figure out. I mean, when I put on this last event, you guys, are you kidding me? I was like, I'm going to put on this event. I didn't know, I didn't have, like, there were so many things that I didn't have figured out, but it was like, my heart was so wanting to give this to you guys. Mm-hmm. And so when we make that decision from our heart, we're like, okay, I'm just willing to trust and to have faith, then then the rest, we are committed to seeing it through. Like it can't not get figured out, right? Like childcare, like flights, like stay, like it just happens because you're like, okay, I don't know how, but I know I'm going, right? Yes. I don't know how I'm going to beat my man, but I know he's coming in. It's like
and that circles back to that question we got of how do you stay fully committed but fully letting go? This is an example of that.
Yeah.
Like that it feels like a conundrum, but it actually does make sense. Thanks, ladies holding space for us.
You're so welcome. Sarah, we're holding you right now to get your ticket, be all in. And in the process, when you're going to also all of a sudden you'll be even more creative than she says, Chelsea, than you would have anticipated. Because you're like, okay, right? It's not, can I do it? Am I able to figure it out? It's how can I? And I know all of you on here are you guys are all thinking about it and you're like, I'm going to be there. Like
the pressure will be off when you decide. Like the dominoes will fall when you get your ticket. Like that is the power that you hold. That's your magnetism.
Yeah. And then before you know it, we're going to be sitting in the living room or in
a circle.
With candles or you're going to have a beautiful fresh journal. It's just, you're going to be so ready to create like, what's that next level for me? I did this I've done this out. I do this with my friends as well. And I do it myself because it always brings me into possibility and into that next level and into that openness. There is no way I would have been able to put on that last event or be here right now hadn't I done this work. Like I even look back at videos of myself. Sometimes I'm like, wow, like I was pretty like shy and quiet. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, I was kind of hiding, right? Maria says, I can cry. I can't wait. Cry. You can cry. We
the crying starts now. We'll cry the whole weekend too.
Yeah. I posted a video where you hear all the girls right before they did the Out in the World challenges at the event. They're like, ugh.
Wait, is that on Instagram?
It was at one point. Yeah, I had put it on Instagram.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Which is perfect because that's energy that's already there. And they're like moving through it to step into that woman who is magnetic. Imagine going through life not caring what other people think of you. Imagine going through life being able to dance or be soft and being your feminine and to trust that a man's going to court you and want to ravish you. Yes.
Ravish.
Right? What would it be like for it to, to be that woman who's open to receiving just the magic of life. And I know that for a lot of you, taking this first step to like come to this event, you know, who knows, I don't know how long you've been following me or Chelsea. And this is also a huge act of trust, right? Trusting me, trusting Chelsea, trusting that we have your best interests in mind, trusting that we are leading from our hearts and we're here to help you open your hearts and be open to receiving and giving love. It's trusting yourself. And it's also trusting that it is available for you, right? That the transformation that you are choosing and committed to creating, the dream life that you want, is available for you as you show up for yourself. Like trusting yourself in that, like, wow, I can do this. I can help co-create this. Like, I'm ready for this amazing, incredible partner. I'm ready to be this powerful, loving, soft, and dynamic, wild woman. I'm done hiding. I'm done withholding. Whatever that is for you, we're here. We're here to support you and ignite the flame and hold a mirror. And what we don't want women doing is going another 2 years, another year, like another even 6 months, another 3 months, like not having the opportunity to break through the things that are holding them back. And experiencing what they really want. Like, and then they're, you know, 30, 40, 50 and in the same story. Like, I see that happen sometimes in a break, like where women will email in and that's like 3 years later, they've been following me for so, and I'm like, girl, I'm like, come on, like, just, hey, like, trust yourself, you know? So what would it be like to give yourself this gift?
What would open up for me when I? What opens up for me when I? Going back to your phrase.
Yeah. So we're really excited and we're so proud of you guys for showing up to your love life in the ways that you are. And we're so happy to give this opportunity for you with the half off option as well. So just for you guys, it expires this week. So get your ticket now, celebrate with us, and continue to and make sure to journal on the question in the Fall Flirt Challenge. And is there anything else you want to say before I announce the winner?
No.
Okay. So the winner of yesterday, which they will receive Chelsea's masterclass, is Monica Pa. Yay! I don't know if she's on here, but congratulations, Monica.
Yay.
Yes. And then how can she email? We'll have her email.
Email me. I guess I can't actually make a comment, but it's info@chelsearoses.com.
Yeah.
And just say I won the workshop. Yeah, like I'm the challenge winner, whatever. Yeah, cool. Email us there and then we'll give you access to the workshop.
Awesome.
Yay, so excited.
Good. Well, congratulations, Monica. That's so wonderful. And everyone, great job showing up and challenging yourself in your love life right now. And we will continue to do that for you, to challenge you and to allow you to open up and to let go of the old self and to step into the new self, the new woman who's a match for the relationship and life of her dreams. And remember to journal on the question that what opens up for me when I trust there's a great man out there who wants to be with me. And he will discover me solely from me being my authentic self, flirting and graciously receiving dates. So make sure that you journal on that question. And if you guys have any questions about the event, please ask us. We're in the Facebook group and we look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's challenge as well. And don't forget to go inside the Facebook group and post that you did the challenge of the day. Okay. So we love you and we look forward to seeing you in person and playing out in the world. And there's a lot of hot guys in Austin, just saying. I'm serious.
Okay. Love you.
Bye. Bye.